Gaming Solo. My name is Rob, your solo gamer friend, and this is the gaming solo setup of CloudAge. Designed by Alexander Pfister, Arnold Steinvender, and produced by Capstone Games and Nanix Games. And without any further delay, let's get into the setup. This game is played in either scenarios or campaigns. We're going to do Scenario 1 setup. Of course, you put the player board in the center. For Scenario 1, you only need 3 of the player boards, so put the 4th one back. Make sure when you look at them, in the top left corner is a 1A or 1B. You want to make sure it's all set up with the A side. 1, 2, and 3A is what we're setting up for. And you see right here, 2A is right at the top button spot right there where the tile kind of sticks out a bit. And just set it up so that all 3 are connected. And it looks something like this. You next want to grab your production board and set that up in the best spot for you. I'm going to put mine right about here so it's still on screen but not taking up a lot of the space, because this board does take up some table space. Next, you're going to take all the project cards. Backs look like that. But what you're really looking for is in the bottom right hand corner is at number 0. You have project cards that range from 0 to 8. Take out all but the 0 cards, shuffle them up, and put them somewhere on the table that's within reach that you can use. And I think I'll put my project cards right here. Next, you want to form a supply area that has your metal tokens, metal tiles, water tokens, and water tiles. Put them someplace that's within easy reach of you. I'm just going to place mine right here inside this dice tray. Next, you want to grab your city board. Make sure when you grab your city board, you have side A, which is right there on the top. I think I'll place my city board, I think right here. What we really need is the cards. I may adjust that once I lay everything else out. Next, you want to grab your cloud sleeves. They look like that. You have a number them in the deck. Just randomly select out 3 of them and put the remainder of the cloud sleeves back in the box. You're not going to need them. Next, you want to grab your city cards. They look just like this. On this side, they look like that. You want to randomly shuffle them, then deal out a total of 24 in 3 stacks of 8. So I'm going to do another quick shuffle. Then I will deal them out. Make sure you deal them out face down so you don't know what they look like. Then put the remainder of the cards back in the box. Then once you have your 8, keep them face down. Make sure the cloud is on the opposite side, and where you can still see the back, but the cloud is facing down. Slide it over, then turn it over. And once you turn it over, your cards should look like that when you have 8 to a sleeve. Then you place them in each of these slots in the city board. Next, you want to grab your airship board. Place it down about here. And you want to take your upgrades. You have 7 total. There's actually 10, but 3 of you will not be using for this scenario. And you place them on the board in increasing order. And now you can tell what the increasing order is. At the point where the upgrade enters the board right here, you'll see a dot. You got 1 dot for the first slot, 2 dots for the second, and so on in that numerical order by dots. You place them so that you have the resource cost on top where you see the dots. When you pay for that upgrade, you flip it over. And of course, you do the same thing for the side right here with your 3 engines. You make sure you have the dots on top. Well, on both sides, but the resource cost on the top. When you're done, it should look like that, where you see the cost of the resource to buy that upgrade. And take the 3 remaining upgrades and put it back in the box. You're not going to need them. Next, grab your airship and place it in its starting position right here at the very edge of the board. Take your energy marker, looks like a lightning bolt, typical energy marker, and put it on the number 2 slot on your airship board. Grab your production marker, place on your production board in the 0 slot right there, and then place your drone right there. Grab your victory point marker, looks like a pentagon, and place it on the 0 spot. And then place your score tracker right here when you surpass 50 and 100. Just put it someplace within reach. Then take 7 of your 8 cubes and place them on your board, skipping the first slot down here at the bottom. Don't put a cube on the very first slot for this first scenario. and place the remaining cube back in the box. You're not going to need it. Grab your navigation deck. The front of the cards will look like that, with movements ranking from 0 to 3. Movement, combat points, all that stuff. Card number 0 to 3. Shuffle them up real good so you don't know what they are. Then place them somewhere within reach that you can use. Since we're not using the upgrade right here, I'm just going to put my cards right there. Grab 2 water and 2 metal and add it to your resources. First, just put them someplace on the board where you can keep track of them. I think I'll put them right here for now until they seem to get in the way. Next, draw 5 project cards for yourself. And since this is a solo player game, you don't have to keep them hidden, so just turn them over so you can see them and refer to them when you need them. These are cards that you can purchase or spend for other purchases. So I'll place them right here. I think I'll move my airship over a little more. Things are popping out here. These are your starting project cards that you can purchase. Next, grab the solo player board. Place that someplace that you can refer to and use. I'm going to kind of put it right here. And then grab 8 cubes from an unused player color and place each one in the check mark above solo automatic actions. And since we're playing scenario 1, you skip the first space and put it on the last space. Then grab your scenario 1 introduction card and put it someplace within reach. Then of course, take your reference card that shows you what the resources are and they represent within the city, and put that someplace where you can see it. And I'm going to put mine right here. And that completes the setup for CloudAge. Thank you for joining me at Gaming Soul. I truly appreciate you spending your time doing this setup, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the playthrough. And have a great day.